Coming to you live from deep in the heart of Texas, it's Midweek Marketing with your host, Timothy Black. Each week, Tim will be diving into what it takes to market successfully online, SEO, design, affiliate marketing, and more. And now, here's your host, Timothy Black.
Hello and welcome to episode 16 of Midweek Marketing. This is your host, Timothy Black. And this week we're going to talk about a couple pitfalls to avoid and look out for and being fearless, but maybe not in that order. Before we get started though, as always, we ask if you've not done so yet to go please subscribe and check us out on iTunes or Stitcher or SoundCloud or whatever your favorite podcastery place is. Check us out on Facebook, facebook.com/Midweek Marketing. And also go sign up for our email list. I always send out kind of different stuff for people on my email list. You can do that over at midweekmarketing.com. Okay, so this week, I was kind of inspired by events of this week. So sometimes I plan out what I'm going to talk about, and then sometimes something strikes me. I was like, man, let's go talk about that for a few minutes so people can kind of learn from that. So first thing is, what I really wanted to talk about was pitfalls to avoid. But to get to the pitfalls to avoid as we move forward here, because if you build up your business correctly, you're not going to be doing all the work yourself. You're going to be hiring outsourcers, people that can do stuff that's what it comes down to. You sell things that other people do, a lot of it. Unless you want to get really steeped into SEO or really steeped into copywriting and email marketing, you can do that. That can be like one of your skill sets, which is actually fine. And that's how you kind of build a business around the thing that you're good at. But you don't have to do that. So keep that in mind. But if something particularly interests you, certainly dive into that, and that can be a core of what you do. Let me explain that a little bit. And this is how you build a business. I'm particularly good at SEO and selling SEO and explaining SEO. I'm pretty good at it, but it's complicated. And so a lot of it I outsource because there's a lot of like little, I don't want to say piddly work, but it's a lot of repetitive stuff you have to do. And a lot of it you have to outsource to people. But I understand and know it pretty well. I also really like writing. I think I'm okay at it. And I like copywriting and email marketing. So those are the things I do if I have to do them. A lot of them I do when I do. A lot of them I do for clients when we get started, and then as we ramp up, a lot of it kind of gets outsourced and spun off to other people who take care of the client. And that's kind of how you build this business. If we're interested and serious about starting our own, what we call side hustle, which is marketing, online marketing to your offline people, this is how you start. You start with people who already kind of know who you are. Say you're starting this up. Hey, do you need help with building your email list? Let's increase your revenue. I have a friend that's about to move to Oregon, and he's a really great copywriter. I've hired him and recommended him to people. And he wants to be a copywriter, and he should be a copywriter because he's really good at it. But what I'm trying to tell him is when he moves there to this town in Oregon, he can set up his own consulting firm. You can go and sell the thing you're comfortable with, which is copywriting. Like maybe this website needs a refresh, or maybe you need help writing some really good emails or blog posts, trying to engage people. But here's how you sell the business. You kind of go and prospect for people that might like that. Like, you move into your neighborhood and you find the pizza joint you like or the bar you like, and you offer to help them. And a way to even start, if you don't want to charge money, is barter work. We talked about that before. You help people kind of where they are. If they don't have a ton of budget, then just say, hey, for in exchange for X, I'll do this. But here's how you build the business. As soon as you do that, you say, what else can I do for you? And it doesn't matter if you know how to do it or not. If they need a website refresh, say, oh yeah, sure, I can do that for you. And then give me a call or email me, and I'll show you exactly how to do that. Like, don't worry about the thing. And what struck me about this topic today is I went and presented yesterday to a quarterly meeting for one of it's our first or second biggest client. It's a pretty major client. It's a franchise deal, and we were there with all the franchisors and their vendors. It's a restaurant. And so we're in this room, and I was told to kind of see what we've been doing for the last 6 months with their marketing and stuff. I didn't really even know what the situation was going to be, if I was going to get up and talk or... Anyway, I stood up and talked for 15 or 20 minutes because I'm pretty comfortable doing that. Kind of told them our theory on what we're doing. We're trying to do stuff budget friendly, not blow everybody's marketing budget by print ads and stuff I don't believe in. I said, we're focusing first and foremost on digital. We're seeing good results. Here's some numbers, yada, yada, yada. Anyway, by the end of this, people, and we've been in contact with, various people in the room, had not met them face to face, franchisees, store owners, etc. But the director of operations, who we're pretty tight with, and that he's our face-to-face guy really with this company, he was like, we're going to redo the kids menus, and we're going to need, because my wife is really good at graphics, and she's done some good, flyers and promotional stuff for them. And so they love us for that, and not because of me, because of her. But they're like, we're going to redo the kids menu, so we're going to need like a connect the dots art and, word scramble and all that kind of stuff. Can you do that? And I was like, oh yeah, sure, we can do that. I have no idea how to do that. But what I'm going to do is go out and find the person who can do that, like an artist or somebody who creates, word find, puzzle, scrambles, whatever they need. I'll go out and find the person that does it, and then I'll double the price, and that's what I'm going to charge the client, because that's what we're doing. We're going to be their go-to. We're going to be their point man for stuff they need. Whatever they need, they come to us, because we've already established ourselves as pretty good authority, because my wife's artwork is really good. Teresa's artwork is great. She's got really good Photoshop skills. I don't know if she can do a connect the dots for kids at a restaurant, but I'll find somebody. And there's tons of sources. I've talked about that before on outsourcing. But that's where I'm going with this, is you got to be fearless. You got to, oh, sure, I can do that. And then if you're in a panic, Google's your friend. I'm your friend. Just give me an email, tim@midweekmarketing.com, and I'll help you do that. Like if somebody needs a website, I'll show you where to go to get a website for, $750, and you charge somebody $1,500. Pretty reasonable. It's a win-win for everybody. Trust me. This is how you sell. This is how you build the business. You do the thing you're probably good at, and then you say, what else can I do? And then if you don't need it, who else needs my help? What else can I do? Who else can I help? And here's the classic trick, the classic over deliver and under promise, over deliver, whatever that is. Here's the classic trick. If it takes you 4 days to write something, say it'll take me 6 days to write. And then when you deliver it in 4 days, oh my gosh, it's a miracle. You got this in quicker than you said you would. It's classic. It works every time. I fall for it. We all fall for it. It's the greatest thing. So if it takes 4 weeks to build the site, then say it's going to take 6. Or if it's going to take a week to get the graphics done, say it's going to take 10 days. And then you deliver in the appropriate amount of time, and you're everybody's hero. And then right away you can sell something, and then sell again to somebody they know. Ask for referrals. This is how you build a business. This is when the iron's hot. Like when you deliver like that, hey man, it's going to be 5 days. Boom, 3 days. Oh my gosh, you're awesome. Great. Who else do you know that needs my services? What else can I do for you? That's how you build this business. I go over and over people with this. It's you gotta prospect people. You gotta find out people who would like you. You gotta pitch them the idea. You gotta close them, and then you worry about fulfilling. Okay? Yeah, sure. I can do the connect the dots for the kids menu. No idea. I'll go out and find somebody though when they're serious. When the time comes, I'll find that person. It's the simplest model in the world. I promise you. You prospect places that already know you are. You pitch. You close the deal, and you deliver. And then as soon as you deliver, when the iron's hot, what else can I do for you? Who else needs my help? It will work. You will actually grow a business within literally 90, 180 days. You'll actually have a decent side hustle. And eventually, like I said in episode 1, we're going to replace your income, because that's the goal, is to not work for somebody else. Doesn't mean you can't work. There's a myth of sitting behind the computer in your underwear and making tons of money. There's an aspect of that in this business, but you do have to get out there and hustle just a little bit. But I promise you, it's working. It's better than working in an office for 40 hours a week and driving 2 hours each way. That's brutal. Again, simplest model in the world. Is it easy? No, you got to put yourself out there. Easy and simple are two different things. That's what I always say. We confuse easy and simple. For example, it's really a simple process to lose weight. You eat less and you exercise more. That's it. Period. The end. Is it easy to do? No, it's a total pain in the butt. We all want to sit around and eat pizzas and watch Netflix and do nothing. But that's simple? Yes. Easy? No. Is it simple in this business? Yeah. You prospect, pitch, close, and fulfill. Is it easy? No, you got to put yourself out there. So with all that said, where I was really kind of getting to is we want to avoid pitfalls. And here are a couple things I want you to watch out for as you move and outsource. You move forward and kind of outsource to people. I just want you to be aware of a couple things. Like with this podcast, for instance, when I outsourced my intro guy, who's great, by the way, he used music that is copyright free. Because if I were to use a Beatles song, trust me, I would get shut down. iTunes would not even approve this. Okay. You've got to be careful about people and their sources and what they use. That's number one. Music and images. Man, you will get killed on images if you use the wrong images. I tell clients this all the time. Like, oh, well, there's this picture I found on Google. Just go use it. Absolutely not. You cannot just go take an image, okay? Google's got image search. There's a thing called TinEye, Tineye. You can do reverse image searches. There's a whole cottage industry out there of people that go out and sue people who are using images and stuff without licensing. And it doesn't matter if you take it right down. It doesn't matter if you apologize. It doesn't matter if you give credit. You will get sued. I actually have a friend in Dallas. It's actually the same lady I referred to the other day that got me into B&I. She's also a patent attorney. And if you go Google, Omaha, Nebraska blog post, $8,000, something like that. Her article or an article about her and her client will come up. She had a client who she defended who got sued for using same thing. Went to Google, took down an image, Omaha, yay. No offense to anybody in Omaha, but it was a picture of like Omaha skyline, whatever that is. Put it in a blog post, and there's this cottage industry of people who got in sue. So this lawyer sent a cease and desist to her client and said, or not cease and desist, like, you already owe us money. You used this without permission. You owe us $8,000. She negotiated them down to only, quote unquote, $3,000 they had to pay. It's brutal. So you got to be really careful as you move forward in this to use good outsourcers, and I can help you with that. Send me an email. But you've got to use people that were, they're not going to, when you ask, this is another common one too, you ask a writer to do something for you and they just go out and steal somebody else's article. There's a thing called Copyscape now. It makes it pretty easy. You can see if something already exists and is copyrighted. Same with images. So as you move forward and you maybe hire somebody overseas to build a site or blog post, just keep those things in check. You always have to have those balances and say, look, man, I do image searches. I check Getty, which is a big image provider. I use Copyscape. I just want you to avoid some pitfalls. Music, we don't use copyrighted music, etc. If you get sophisticated, maybe get into selling software and stuff like that, same kind of deal. People go and steal people's WordPress plugins and kind of rewrite them. There's a thing called GitHub. Well, I won't go too far into that, but it's software. People can go out and take the software, redo it, and if you do it without permission, it's exactly like the music and words and images and stuff. You've got to be really careful with stuff that's already copyrighted. So that's where I want to get to. Avoid the pitfalls, because there are going to be a few. And if you get questions, just email me. I'll help you out. And number two, you got to be fearless. Like if somebody wants, I don't know, reputation management, say, yeah, I can do that for you. Somebody wants a new website, yeah, sure, I can do that for you. If you need some graphics, yeah, sure. We do all that. We're a digital agency. That's how you present yourself. And then when rubber hits the road and like we really do need to go out and make this kids menu, I'll get it done. And I'll put on a little profit on top of it too from us. But that's part of the fee. You're selling a whole service to people. Anyway, that is what I wanted to get through to you on this episode of Midweek Marketing. As always, if you got value from this, if you know somebody else who might get value from this, go ahead and pass it forward. Grow the tribe here at Midweek Marketing. And I will see you soon. This is Timothy Black. Bye.
Thanks for tuning in to Midweek Marketing. Come back every Tuesday and Thursday for new episodes. And be sure to subscribe at iTunes and sign up at midweekmarketing.com to get exclusive content and tips. And check us out at facebook.com/midweekmarketing.